on, y'all, come on. Let's go inside. What's going on, everybody? This is Lester from Cannabis Wiki. We are here at the 2019 GrowUp Conference, Awards, and Expo. You know, we're doing a Cannabis Wiki special on winners and icons. That means all the hard-working people that have put all their efforts and been awarded for all that hard work here at the GrowUp 2019 Conference, Awards, and Expo. But we had to take a break because we know with the new legislation coming about edibles, and we found this fantastic speech being given on stage today by the Culinary Cannabis Association. David, what's happening?
Not much, man. Feeling good.
Tell us about the company.
Okay.
Tell us about the mission.
Sure. So we're training people across Canada to cook with cannabis effectively, responsibly, and legally. As of October 17th of last year, anyone can bring home dry flower, and legal dry flower obviously, and cook with it and serve their guests with it. They can actually cook with 30 grams of dried flower, which is enough to feed a large wedding. Get a large wedding pretty silly. So, but there are a lot of avenues to explore with culinary cannabis. Culinary cannabis is a lot different from smoking cannabis. It's essentially a different drug. It affects your body in a very different way. It hits you harder. It lasts longer, but there's a lot of complication involved with cooking with cannabis, and we want to help every Canadian understand that, but especially culinary professionals, entrepreneurs, medical patients. We want these people to be utilizing culinary cannabis in the right way. Right. So that's what we're working towards. We're also exploring all the thousands of different strains out there and pairing their terpene profiles to the naturally occurring terpene profiles found in food.
That is definitely interesting. So education is at its highest point for this new drug that's come on the market.
Absolutely. Education is very, very important to us. We teach a certification course. It's a full day long course. We've partnered with the Cannabis Cooking Company very recently. We're really, really excited about this collaboration and just sort of merging our notes together. And I think as a community, we need to help each other. That's what we're working towards right now is really trying to support each other as best we can. We've got a lot of different people who have been doing this for a long time, and because it's been a clandestine industry, results vary. Data varies.
Right.
So this is about getting together as a community, understanding this ingredient as best we can, and helping each other out. So what we want to do is help cannabis chefs right now. We want to help people go legit. If you've been doing this for a long, long time, we want to help you build your business in the legal market. And if you're an established chef who's looking to get into cannabis and looking to understand it, we're looking to help you understand cannabis so that you can cook with it right now. Right now, it is legal for private chefs to go and help people cook with their legally purchased cannabis. That's the business right now, but we're looking towards a day when restaurants are legal. Right. And we want to prepare for that day as best we can by gathering as much info as we can and collaborating as best we can with our partners.
That's huge. It's really pivotal that this information is passed. It's fantastic that we know nobody is going to die over the ingestion of edibles, but what is definitely lacking is the knowledge.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I haven't been into edibles for even that long, and it's changed my life for the better in a big, big way. I consume cannabis probably 2 or 3 times a week responsibly. I microdose, but I know my limit. I know what my body can take. And sometimes I push the threshold and have some fun. And I think that's something that we should be allowed to do, just like we're allowed to do it with alcohol.
Right.
And so that's what excites me most about this is, the relatability. We already have a foundation. There's already an existing cannabis industry. People have been smoking cannabis for a long, long time. That's how most people know cannabis or are familiar with it.
Right.
This is another face of cannabis, another way to introduce it to people. And it's extremely effective at busting the stigma as well, which is something we're all trying to do.
Yeah, which I agree with. I was going to touch on that, the stigma. I believe that because it is edibles and eating is an enjoyable experience, I think this will be the strongest point on breaking the stigma.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to get a lot more people more comfortable when you're looking from a health perspective, eating cannabis is a hell of a lot more healthy than smoking it.
Yes.
So, that's certainly why I started to get into that more. I've always enjoyed smoking cannabis, but I enjoy eating it even more. I don't, you don't get your hands dirty. I've got young kids at home. I want to, this is sort of the next evolution of my cannabis journey, next evolution of my cannabis journey, and I think that it's going to be that way for a lot of people, and I think that's going to be a big part of normalization to come, especially in this country.
I agree. I totally agree with you there. I was listening to you guys on stage today, and I even gained a little bit of knowledge about who is to consume edibles and who shouldn't consume edibles. So just the warnings that you were giving out today, like pregnant women should not be ingesting edibles, and other certain categories that shouldn't be. So definitely informing.
Yeah, no, I mean, we get all kinds of people coming to our classes and our certifications. I think our last class, the oldest person was an 85-year-old woman, and the youngest person was a 20-year-old, 80-pound girl. Like, it's all different ranges, and experience with cannabis really varied. A lot of people had no experience with cannabis.
Right.
A lot of people have tons of experience with cannabis and wanted to make sure what they were doing was right. So I think the more this happens, the more people can get out to events like ours and like other events that are out there. The more understanding there will be, and the more stigmas will be busted for more people. It's very important to keep this out of the hands of children and pets for obvious reasons, but I think everyone else should give it a try because it's good for you.
I like that. Well said, my friend. Well said. So what's new to come for 2020 for Culinary Cannabis Association?
Oh man, there's even the past 2 weeks have been really, really exciting with all of the different possibilities and all the things that we're working on. Right. I can't talk about them yet, but if you want to find out more about what we're doing, we're going to be announcing our developments on all our social media platforms. If you go to culinarycannabisassociation.com or any of our social media platforms that have that same name, it's just with an @ in front, you can stay up to date on what we're doing.
Beautiful. So you heard it, guys. You know where to find them. You heard this talk. It's been fantastic. We'd love to get together with you guys. We also do a cooking show. We'd love to have you guys come on and maybe do an episode of a cooking show on Cannabis Wiki.
Let's do it.
So there you have it, everybody. For Dave and Lester, the Culinary Cannabis Association and the 2019 GrowUp Conference Awards and Expo. Stay tuned for much more. See you soon.